Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba. Market Watch. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba. Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Market Watch Wednesday, making money while we sleep, riding the roller coaster together, stacking stocks and coins each week. Ba 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 da ba da da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba ba da da. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da da. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba.
Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Coopersthaiadventure Market Watch Wednesday with myself, Cooper, and my good friend and part-time sidekick, Mr. Brock Snitters.
You little.
So, today's topic, Michael Saylor just dropped a huge Bitcoin warning. What is it, Brooke?
You better get Bitcoin. It's on sale.
No.
He bought one of the biggest buys he's done in the past 2 years. One of them. And like, why would he do that? You know, a lot of people are saying, geez, he's ATMing, he's issuing these shares, preferred. How's he paying for it? Is this a Ponzi scheme? The guy knows something that probably most people don't. And why do I say that? Well, he's in pretty tight with the administration, Trump's kids. He's in tight with them, and they're kind of besides being pro crypto, they're supportive, let's say. And with that type of buy, I mean, I was shocked how much he's bought the last 2 weeks.
Ditto.
And Jesus, how much is enough?
Over $2.5 billion in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, okay, is this headed for the biggest crash of Ponzi scheme ever? Or does he know something the average guy is not even thinking about? And so what do? Do you jump on the bandwagon with him? Or do you stay away and let the dust settle and see where this ends up? But, Bitcoin's, it's not taken off like we all had hoped, but it's definitely, I think, holding its own. And in the meantime, Saylor is buying. And he's issuing, obviously, the past couple of weeks, a lot of strike preferred shares, but also ATM in the stock. And personally, I don't have a problem with what he's doing. He's in definitely for the long term.
Right.
So his viewpoint is get as much as I can now because it's going up and to the right. In 2 years, I think we'll all look back and say, golly, that guy did know what the hell he was doing. And, the man with the coins is going to win. That's my view. But anyways, I'll shut up and let you continue. What's your thoughts?
Well, here's what he did for those that don't know. Last week, he announces it every Monday what he did the previous week. He has to under SEC regulations. So what he did was Stretch, their largest preferred share, earned $1.1 billion. He was ATMing the hell out of it.
Issued, not earned. Issued.
Well, issued. But a lot of buyers want in on it.
Yeah.
11.5%. Who wouldn't? That's some pretty good return, capital. And it's tax deferred for 10 years.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think that's true.
I think that's what Saylor says. It's tax deferred for like 5 or 10 years.
No. Fake news.
Fake news. Okay, I'll prove you wrong after
so it's an interest payment. Well, no, sorry. Prefer to be a dividend payment. So it would be considered as a payment that has to be reported. It's not a return of capital. You still have your capital worth hopefully $100 a share, which he tends to hold it at, but you'll be taxed on that. It's similar to, like, I call it a money market. You earn 4 or 5% on a money market, you're going to get taxed on that at the end of the year. So look at.
I'm waiting to read the comment of somebody in the comment sections. They're going to say, yeah, Cooper's right. It is tax deferred.
Well, if that's the case, I'll admit I was wrong. But
can I have that in writing?
I have not read any of that in all the documents that I have seen and gone through. Now, mind you, I probably haven't gone through 100% of them, but definitely more than the average guy.
Well, that's what Saylor is saying all over the news, that it's tax deferred.
Well, okay.
Okay. No comment. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, let me know in the comments, folks, who's right, Brooke or I, on this one. Moving along. So he made $1.1 billion in Stretch from sale of shares. And he used that to buy Bitcoin. And then he hit the ATM for another common share ATM for $300 million. So total 1.46 million. We rounded up, to 1.5 billion that he's had access to. And then he went out and bought 22,000 Bitcoin. That is a hell of a lot for the common shareholders.
Yeah, but I know you're against that issuing, and most people are about issuing.
The common shares, yes.
Yeah.
The Stretch, no.
Me, I'm not so. I'm not concerned about issuing the common. I kind of think like Saylor. The more Bitcoin, the better. Like, get it now while it's on sale. Because in 2 or 3 years, he'll still be buying in 2 or 3 years, just a heck of a lot less than in number of coins I'm talking today. He'll probably be able to raise the same amount of money. But if Bitcoin's doubled or tripled or done a 5x, it'll be a 20% of what he's bought today would be a big buy.
But his magic is working, Brooke, because I was watching the stock market last night. Bitcoin was up 1%. And MicroStrategy was up 3%. MSTY was up 2.5%. So MSTY was up a good 40 cents. And MicroStrategy was up a couple of dollars, taking it to over 150, which is a big resistance point over the last couple of months because they've been treading down below 130. And to get it back to 150, because a lot of people do short strategy to keep the price suppressed. When Bitcoin's running up, they want strategy to fail, so they're shorting it. A lot of these big banks, are doing it, and they've openly come out and admitting, we're going to short strategy. We're going to short strategy, and it's like a coiled spring. And Saylor's giving the big FU middle finger and saying, keep shorting me, guys, because I ain't going to stop buying.
There was more of that, a lot more of that going on when the NAV was 2.4, 2.5, 2.2, even 2, and even 1.7, 1.6. It was like an arbitrage. They would short the stock and yet they'd buy Bitcoin.
Correct.
So they kind of had their butt covered, but they figured, hey, strategy eventually will go 1-to-1, dollar to dollar for the Bitcoin holdings. So it did kind of work out that way because the NAV premium did drop. Back now it's a little over 1 now, so I think it will revert back higher. Whether it'll get to 2.5, I doubt it, but it could approach 2, which would be nice for us.
I think 2's on the horizon. Sometime this year would be my prediction. Sometime this year, I think it's going to hit 2, because last night it was trading like it was 2.5. Bitcoin up 1%, MicroStrategy 3%.
Yeah.
So when it's trading like that, the market is thinking the people buying into the stock are treating it as the NAV is currently 2 or 2.5 when it's up that high against Bitcoin. If the NAV was 1-for-1 and Bitcoin was up 1%, strategy would be up 1%.
Yeah, you'd think so.
So I can see the NAV rising in the near term if it continues trading like this. What say you?
Yeah, I think it'll revert back to the mean of the a premium associated with owning the stock. Just as a little side note here.
Go ahead, Grandpa.
People, there's people stuck in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and
Thailand.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
With this conflict. So people were at the airport trying to take some gold with them out of the country. Good luck with that.
Where?
In the Middle East.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whether it was jewelry, I'm not even sure, but maybe try and smuggle a bit out. So, well, maybe that wasn't the way to go. So they went to the gold buyers. Well, they were paying a discount to the price of gold and silver. So the point of that is, hey, in times of turmoil, do you want a hard asset like gold, so Bitcoin was the solution. Put their funds into Bitcoin, they could take it with them
on their cell phone. Yeah.
So what were the Iranians doing? The guys with money, Bitcoin. Yeah. So a little side note on that. Interesting. There is a use case. Yeah.
Moving on with the news. How's Tesla doing?
Tesla is doing good. It was up a couple bucks. It's trading water around 400 a share, a little under. And but there's huge announcements coming, Coop. I am totally shocked at how cheap Tesla is right now. Like, it's on sale.
What is it?
It's like $397, $399. It closed at yesterday.
Okay, so just below the 400.
Just below the 4. Now for me, hey, I've been selling option calls, so I'm making a premium, getting paid to wait. But yeah, I think within the next 2 months, we're going to see at some point, a big price spike, because the robotaxis are getting rolled out. Even they're advanced on their humanoid robots. I think the next demonstration they start showing people will be interesting. There was a video, I don't know if you saw it, a humanoid robot cleaning up a living room. Putting the
I didn't see it.
Putting the pillows in place on the sofa, wiping down the countertop of the coffee table, and putting pieces back in in their containers. And Musk saw this, and he said to the guy that the head of the company, now, was that helped out with controllers, or was that autonomous? And the guy did say it was autonomous. Okay, well, that's what you want to see.
Right.
The next day, he goes on, and Musk does, and says that when we really, when you see our humanoid 3 robot, there's nobody can touch it. Having just seen what this other one I thought was impressive.
Right.
For what it was doing at the time compared to everything else you've seen. Had pretty good dexterity in the hand, picking up a remote controller. So, yeah, but anyways, getting back to your question, yeah, Tesla's seems to be treading water right now, but I'd be getting in if you haven't got any yet. It's like Bitcoin. So,
I think the markets are going to rebound, and the first signal I'm looking for the markets to rebound and start pushing hard to the upside this year is going to be the end of the Iran war.
Well, yeah.
Right now, oil is getting scarce. Aviation fuel is getting scarce. Thousands of flights canceled.
True.
Emirates had to ground all their flights for a day and then said we're going to have only limited flights now from Dubai. And that's one thing that I think will calm the markets and allow it to breathe a little. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, he's got his big announcement on TV. Is that today or tomorrow?
Not sure on that.
His last one,
yeah,
of his term.
I think it's just going to hold the course.
I don't think he's going to raise or lower rates. I think he's just going to
Ditto.
freeze it, leave it where it is, and that's where Polymarket is at a 95% chance he does nothing.
Yeah,
on his last time in front of the podium, in front of the press. So that's going to be the first catalyst. The one to watch out for right now is what's happening in the Senate today, is the Save America Act for voter ID. 85% of the American people want it.
good.
As reported by CNN, so I believe it. If CNN's saying it, I believe it. If Fox News is saying it, I take it with a pinch of salt, because Fox News is pro-Republican and CNN is pro-Democrat. So the Democrats are saying it, then it must be true. And so I put a lot of weight on that. However, the Democrat senators do not want it. And I can pretty much guarantee they're going to be using the filibuster today when this starts. They're going to just talk it out, and and so there's no vote, basically. And it's kind of funny because during Biden's term and during Obama's term, the Democrats were against the filibuster. Now they're all for it. So when Trump's term finishes and we get a Democrat president, probably, then they'll be in favor of, be against the filibuster again. So it's going to be interesting to see how Thune plays this one out and what they do with the filibuster. Are they going to stop it and put an end to it, or are they going to allow it to go on and then use that against them in 2 years' time during the next election? So interesting times ahead. I have been watching Brian Armstrong on Coinbase.
Okay.
And I have also been watching what the Senate Agricultural Committee has been saying in regards to the Clarity Act. They want this one passed first for the Save America Act, and then the very next one on the agenda is the Clarity Act. I watched Paul Barron this morning. He had the lawyer on from Coinbase, and he was saying we're only days, weeks away from passing this now.
Let's hope so.
And Polymarket still got it at a 60% chance.
Yeah, if this war hadn't have started, they might have had it passed already. At least they'd be more focused on it. But there's bigger fish to fry in the frying pan than the Clarity Act at this point, let's say. So, hey, I hope you're right. I hope they get it through in the next, hopefully by the end of April at the latest.
Yeah. So what's happened in the last week since we were on last Wednesday? Who was the biggest winner amongst the cryptos? Well, the biggest winner was XRP. XRP beat Bitcoin, beat Ethereum and Solana this week in the last 7 days, and is now at $1.51. Well done, XRP, for winning over the last week. We'll make a weekly announcement who won the week before every Wednesday moving forward.
I wouldn't touch XRP with your money.
Donnie is very happy.
Dandy Don, yes.
Dandy Don is very happy.
Yeah,
because his XRP is winning. He's a very big XRP buff.
Well, look, Bitcoin drives everything.
Yeah.
Bitcoin was up nicely, treading water at mid 70s now, let's say. But it pulled Ethereum with it, pulled Solana. Solana's actually done very well. And yeah, XRP is up too. Gotta say it is.
Yeah, MicroStrategy is up nicely over the last week, and so is MSTY.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a good payment on MSTY being announced tonight.
Good. Well,
put a cent on it, price on it, I'm thinking 46.
Yeah.
46 cents. Considering the last couple of weeks it's been under 40. I think because of their synthetics, they made money on them. They made money on their calls, their puts, their spreads. They done well for the whole of last week. And when Bitcoin and MicroStrategy run, MSTY runs too, and MSTY is currently $2.50 over what it was this time last week. So it was down at 23. Now it's at 25.5.
Let's talk about Thailand. Isn't it lovely here?
Saturday and Mondays.
Well, hang on. There has been some financial reporting you mentioned yesterday to me.
And that's next Monday.
About the
card?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
Okay. Well,
we'll give you a little clue.
Financial item, I would say. Money does matter.
There's been huge news in regards to the Wise card. We're doing our research right now as we speak. We're doing research and trying to find out exactly what's happening and make sure we got our facts straight before we report on it, because there are some rumors out there as well, and we want to differentiate between the rumors and the facts.
Correct.
Okay, so let's get started with the live stream. See who we got in the comment section. And hopefully you guys had a wonderful week and happy St. Patrick's Day to all, says Alpha Romeo. Yes.
Wishing everyone a happy St. Pat's Day, he says.
Yeah, enjoyed the New York parade.
Wonder if the snow's all gone in Stony Creek, Ontario. Jesus. What a sale. Hello, CBD and all the gang. Robert from Texas, looking forward to the show.
Hello, Robert.
Nomad Jack and the lovely Pinky. Good morning, CBD gang. Things look better. Have a great show.
They are. Bitcoin is up, what, 3,000 to 4,000 since last Wednesday?
Yeah, market's been hanging in there.
Because we were just barely touching 70, and it hit as high as 75.9, I saw. The day before yesterday on Monday. It actually hit 75.9 before the markets opened.
I'd still be keeping some dry powder, guys, just in case there's a black swan. These are just, this war's been a gray swan. So, you know, yeah, but keep some dry powder. Scott Meritas from Pennsylvania. I think Saylor needs to buy more Bitcoin. He definitely thinks that.
He is single-handedly keeping the bear market down, you know, stopping it from being below 60 right now.
He's single-handedly buying up
three times the daily issuance.
Pretty well all the production, believe it or not. So.
3 times the daily issuance, Brooke. So what he's bought in the last 2 weeks is over 30,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the Bitcoin that'll be produced between now and September. And he's bought it all.
So there you go.
Yeah, he's bought it all.
Bingo. Biggest Chris from Lost Wages. Greetings, CBD and gang. Hope everyone's bags are heading up and to the right on this fine day.
It's looking good.
Yeah, slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Yeah, it's very slow.
You gotta, like, I know this Magnificent Seven is pretty well what I watch. And because they say 99% of the stocks, you know, won't give you the fantastic returns that the other 1% will. So you try and focus on these 1%ers. Like the S&P 500, I think 97 point whatever percent of those stocks are, you know, going nowhere.
Yeah, treading water.
Yeah, like. So yeah, stick with the winners. Captain Action says, "Yay! Thumbs up, guys! Make Darlena smile.
Get us to 100." That's what he's putting there. 100 thumbs up, please.
Jerry Rounds, hi CBD and everyone.
Hey Jerry.
Hey Jerry. Roger Walker, good morning, good evening, Darlene, Cooper, Brooke, and everyone. Thumbs up. Make Darlena smile.
Good morning, Roger.
Yeah, that helps.
Good morning, Wolf.
Wolf. Good morning. Mike Doty and Little Mike. What's up, Coop and Brooke and the Tubers? Looking forward to another great show. Hope all is well in the land of smiles. It is. Flights went up quite a bit on Singapore Airlines.
I mentioned it with, you know, the other day. Flights are going up like crazy. Some idiot put in the comment section, you can still get a 600-pound flight from London to Bangkok. Good. No. Not for the month of Songkran, which is April.
That might be in the cargo section.
Maybe on the roof.
Yeah. Malcolm Hawkins, there he is. Good day, boys. And the lovely Katia from Pattaya. Wooly Bully, good morning, good evening, CBD and all.
Good morning, Wooly.
Ernesto Jones, good morning, CBD and gang.
Good morning, Ernie.
Thanks for being a channel member. Alfa Romeo, strategy purchase 22,337 Bitcoin for approximately 1.568. They did?
Yes.
I know.
1.5. I said 1.46, didn't I? I was out. Yeah, it is 1.56. You're right. So
Well
almost
done, Romeo.
$1.6 billion.
Keeping them on the straight and narrow.
And the week before, they bought over another $1 billion worth.
13,000, I think it was that week.
Yeah.
That one shocked me too. This one was mind-blowing. It just shows you, though, there's demand for that strike, that preferred share. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huge demand. And it's the pension funds to me, are saying, hey, at that type of return, meaning around 11%, it does adjust to keep the price at $100 a share. So it's a stable share. It's amazing how many people are wanting it. So if the demand is there, you're going to issue the shares. Now, so what's the risk, Coop?
There ain't none.
Well, yeah, there is. They have to pay this dividend, 11%. They better not run out of money.
Well, they got enough for the next 2 years.
Then what do you do?
Cash. What, they got $6 billion they raised?
No, $2 billion.
$2 billion,
Then what do you
whatever
do?
it was.
You issue more shares. That's what you do. So they'll just keep this money printing machine rolling into the future. And, you know, as long as Bitcoin in 2 years is worth more than it is today, they're going to be fine. They're going to be laughing all the way to the bank.
That's what they're betting on.
Well, and I'm betting with him because I think he's got the, you know, I guess in the craps table, you can bet with the guy rolling the dice or against him. I'm betting with him. Saylor's rolling the dice. Vegas Chris says, part-time, dang Coop, you just ain't going to let it go.
No, I'm not. And the reason I'm not, Chris, and everybody else watching, is Brooke always tells me every time I see him, I'm a young man, Coop. I'm a young man. How you doing, Dad? He calls me and
young.
things like this. I'm a young man. Oh, you coming bowling? Oh, no, that's too much hard work. Oh, you coming badminton? Oh, no, that's too much hard work. It'll play on my knees. Oh, you want to go to the car show? No, that's too much walking, Coop.
Been to the car show. What? I'm not looking to buy a car. What do I care about the stupid cars?
It's nice to look.
I'll watch your video on it. Badminton, nah. Too hard in the knees at this age. Okay. Same as basketball. No, I ain't gonna do that either.
I thought you were a young man.
I think young. Okay. But I'm trapped in this old body.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as bowling, like, is there any game more boring than bowling? You know? Oh, well, maybe chess.
Hockey.
No, hockey's, oh no, there's lots of action in hockey, okay? Let's get that straight. So yeah, he's converted me to a part-time.
Yeah, because you always say to me,
sidekick.
You say to me quite often, hey, Coop, let me know when you're doing this next. Count me in, definitely want to do it. Then it comes time, nah. It's going to interfere with my nap time.
No, well, now if it does that, yeah. Like, talk about
I told you I was going to put it out there.
Bangkok last week, there was a 12-hour fiasco. But
was that mall not awesome?
My nap time. I couldn't nap in the car. It's too bouncy. I can't nap on a bench or, you know, you got to have your nap when you're up all night trading these stocks.
Don't worry, you'll be in the grave soon enough.
No,
you might as well live it up while you can, buddy.
No.
No, we're not getting any younger.
We live in Thailand. There's no graves here.
And you got to see the new Tesla and the price compared to America compared to Thailand.
Yeah, that was good.
Brand new Tesla for $35,000.
I don't think there's Tesla. I've never seen Tesla dealerships. I have seen Tesla showrooms.
Yeah.
And they're always in malls.
Brand new Tesla, $35,000 in Bangkok.
Yep.
Compared to what they are in the US.
There was 3 in the showroom and every one of them was sold.
Yes.
So couldn't even sit in them, guys.
Wouldn't even open the door for us.
The doors. Yeah.
He said, nope, they're all 3 sold.
Yeah,
so they're selling out quick here.
Seeing that.
Yeah.
But no, part-time sidekick, Vegas. Ronald Reichert, hello, CBD and tubers from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Hey, Ronald, how you doing, buddy?
Daytona 500. You know, that's the only sport, just a little tidbit here, Coop. That's the only sport where they have the biggest race of the year at the start, or sorry, the biggest event of the year
at the start of the season.
Yes, that hits off all the rest of the season is the Daytona 500.
And you got the Indianapolis as well. That's a big race.
It's a big one, not as big as the Daytona 500.
Yeah,
no. Terry Fallon from Bancroft. Great to see you guys. And Miss Darlena, minus 20 tonight. There you go, minus 20 in Bancroft. Holy Lipton. Coop, want to do a house exchange?
He keeps asking me.
You should do that.
I told him if he's got a snowmobile, he's got a deal.
Yeah, back in December.
I'll spend the winter there. He can spend the winter here. Because Darlene wants to play in the snow.
You'll never make it. It's too cold.
He said, deal. I'll buy a snowmobile just for you, Coop.
Oh, boy. What a sale. Like Brooke always said, he who has the most Bitcoin wins.
And I think Saylor's doing exactly that. And who is he targeting?
What do you mean targeting?
He's got a target.
For Bitcoin? Well, a million, but
no, he's actually got a target. There's one player actually got more Bitcoin than him, and it's not Satoshi. Satoshi's gone. Gone. It is IBIT. IBIT actually has 780,000 Bitcoin, whereas Saylor has 770. And I think that's going to be a monumentous event when he actually beats IBIT.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to happen by the end of the month.
So IBIT will give you 1-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always going to be 1-to-1.
Yes.
The benefit of strategy shares, it's more than 1-to-1. So to me, that's why, I think strategy is the better long-term buy. What do I mean by that? So let's say Bitcoin doubles. I can see strategy maybe doing a 2.2, 2.4, 2.5x versus IBIT, which would be if Bitcoin doubles, it'll double. That's it. No more, no less. So.
Right. Because it's fixed.
Yeah. You can trade options on both. So I would look at IBIT, but no, I'm happy with strategy. And I think honestly, it's on sale.
I think he's going to beat him by the end of the month.
Yeah, it's a good buy, guys.
Yeah. That's my prediction right there. We'll see if I'm right.
Claude AC, good morning, CBD in the world from amazing Ko Chang. I think Brownie will be leading a group ride tomorrow.
Oh, he's not going to be there. Oh,
well, he's in Ko Chang.
Okay,
where's Ko Chang? Is that?
That's the island Darlene and I went to with James about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like south?
So you go past Sattahip.
Oh, okay, down there.
And then you get the boat going across to Ko Chang. It's a nice island. We were there and absolutely loved it.
Well, Brownie will be a good leader because he knows he's like a food critic, coffee critic. He'll know the spots to stop.
Yeah.
And he knows where the values are. So which is good.
Yeah, it's a good tour guide too. And Claude, I hope you brought your bike because there's some fantastic windy and hilly roads on Ko Chang.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
He posted a video of the switchbacks. Like Jesus, it was hilarious. So Terry Fallon, and hello to all in the chat. Hope you're doing well. We are in the land of smiles.
Terry. How are you and the wife?
Well, as I understand it, strike is return of capital. Stretch. So no tax until $100 share is written off. Well, that's interesting if that's the case.
That's the way
I've never heard that, but what's that?
That's the way I understand it.
Well,
because I got a nice check 2 months ago. Went into my brokerage account from YieldMax from MSTY because they said it was a return of capital. And I asked JE, who's equally got a big bag of MSTY, did he get a big check as well? And he said, yeah, he did.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with STRC.
No, it's not. But as far as I understand it, along with Wolf, it is return of capital, so no tax until your $100 has been paid back. Right. Anything you earn above that will be taxable.
I will be investigating that because that has tweaked my interest.
Robert Pierpoint up next.
Strike preferred equity distributions are generally treated as tax deferred for U.S. federal income tax purposes. They are classified as a non-taxable return of capital, which lowers your tax base. Well, maybe that's interesting.
So, do you have something you want to say, Dad?
I've already said it. I will be investigating this.
No, that's not what you said at the beginning of the live stream when I brought it up.
What?
You said, I will apologize, admit if I'm wrong.
Well, and Robert, he's a pretty sharp guy, so he's probably right on this. So at this point, I will stand corrected. Coop, let me bow to your,
Let me hear it.
I think I might have been wrong on that, assuming
okay.
that it is.
You're missing one. You got 2 out of 3.
What?
The apology. Come on.
What about it?
For being wrong and me being right.
Sorry?
Because you said I was wrong. You said I will apologize if I'm proven wrong.
Okay. I apologize. I tend to agree. Well, I trust Robert. So
you don't trust
me.
Be
right. I do in most cases, but yeah.
Oh my God. You see what I got to deal with here? Can you see the stress on my face, folks, dealing with this old
If I was, however, a trusty sidekick, then it might be a little different. But being a part-time sidekick, yeah.
Start participating in the activities then. Start being a young man.
Let's go jet skiing. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, hold it. I can't. You sold it. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Robert Pierpont. Rather than triggering immediate taxes, but they're not tax-free, all per Google. Okay, so he's checking
Correct.
Google.
It's deferred. T. Meyer up next.
T. Meyer says, good evening from Arizona. Markets are being suppressed. How in the hell is NVIDIA 180 a share? Should be 230. Buy Tesla, NVIDIA, Bitcoin, Solana, dollar cost average, and we'll be dancing in the streets in 2030. Cheers.
Well,
I like his idea.
Yeah. NVIDIA is down at 180, and I agree. It should be closer to 230. I think it should be closer to 300 right now with what they're doing, working with AI big time. So I think once the AI boom kicks in, NVIDIA would be a fantastic addition to your portfolio.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, hold, don't sell type of thing. One of those stocks. No, NVIDIA is good. Tesla's an AI play. NVIDIA is an AI play. Bitcoin's your crypto, obviously. Solana's your crypto. So he's pretty focused on his, portfolio there. But honestly, that's how you get rich.
Yeah.
And the winners.
Second place
for
heavy. Last week of the cryptos was Solana.
Yeah, no, it's
followed by Bitcoin and then Ethereum.
The funny thing is,
the top 4.
The guys I follow religiously daily, they think Solana will double sooner than
Bitcoin.
I
agree.
Now, I also think it'll double sooner than Tesla. But
and I think MicroStrategy will double before all of them.
Well, we'll see.
Because it's behaving on the stock market like its NAV is 2.5 right now.
My Thai paradise, Kimmy. Good morning, CBD and tubers. Enjoy life. Go to the land of smiles. Invest in your life.
Best investment you ever make.
Yeah, best we've made.
Yep.
Yeah. Aren't you glad you listened to me in the Philippines and came to Thailand?
It was the other way around, Grandpa.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Why are you leaving? Why are you going to Thailand? Because Philippines.
Can I come? I know it. Geez, when you think back, what the hell of the shit we went through.
Yeah.
Jerry Fallon, my Thai paradise, Kim. I like the way you think, he says. Yep. Biggest Chris, loving Tesla. Just seen loads of trucks bringing the robo-taxis here into Vegas the last 2 days.
Ooh, wow, they're rolling out into Nevada. Good.
Yeah, it's coming.
Good.
Yeah. Biggest Chris, I believe I've seen that 14 other states are going to be receiving theirs shortly. Yeah, they're getting pretty wide adoption.
Yeah.
But they're being smart about it. They're going to roll it out slowly. small numbers, test the waters, make sure everything's working perfect. Tesla, unfortunately, with all the FUD out there, if they have one accident, it'll be reported throughout the planet.
Exactly.
What a horrendous thing to have this in our city. But so they're doing it slow and steady, and they're getting that thing perfected to, right now it's safer than a human. So they'll just have to put more and more billions of miles.
It's only more safer than a human until the first accident. Then it's the worst thing that ever hit the market.
Yeah.
And that's the way the media is going to report it.
That's the way the media is going to play it.
Yeah.
Mr. Nutt with his Texas humor. Good morning, CBD and gang. May your bags be full and your needs be shallow. Correct.
Well said, Robert.
Roberto. Vegas Chris. Save Act passes. Mail-in voting goes 100x. Mail-in voting goes on. What's he meaning by that?
Well, the thing is, you can't do mail-in voting unless the whole thing with the SAVE Act is to reduce the mail-in voting. One. The other one is to show voter ID. And only those that are registered disabled or military overseas or living in or out of state during the time of the voting, say you're on holiday in Michigan and you're from New York, whatever, you can still cast your ballot by mail with the Save America Act. What he's saying is everybody will say F you, basically, and everybody will just send their votes in the mail to say F you to the system, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't be any better that way, would it? Wooly bully, mail-in voting is how the Democrats cheat, according to some people.
And the Democrats accused the Republicans of cheating years ago when Trump won his first term. And they accused Russia canoodling and when he beat Hillary. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, they accused them of voter fraud with mail-in voting.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's funny when you go back 8 years and you remember events, and that's the good thing about me being independent. I can remember both sides. Some Democrats say, oh, no, this never happened. I can fact check them and say, yes, it can. And with some Republicans, they'll say, oh, Coop, you're wrong. This never happened. Oh, yes, it did. Obama did send $6 billion to Iran as a bribe in his last day of office. And we saw the plane land with pallets of money coming off the C-130, in Tehran. And people are like, that never happened. That never happened. Come on, guys.
You've seen it. You were there.
We
should have grabbed a little bundle. They were all hundreds.
We're in the days of technology where you can go back in the archives and just pull it up. It's that easy. Just put it in YouTube and you'll see the plane land and the pallets come off, So, yeah. And it was reported by, I think, over 30 news outlets. So kind of hard to deny.
The most widely printed note in the U.S. currency system is
$1.
No, the $100 note.
The most printed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, all those pallets are 100.
Oh, those were definitely hundreds, yeah.
Well, yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day watching this channel. Terry Fallon, the SAVE Act is a voter suppression bill. It's not as simple as the Republicans say. Coming from a Canadian.
Yeah, there's no bipartisan support on it.
Okay.
Dems are 100% against it. I think there's only one Dem that's in favor of it, and that's what's his name? John Fetterman.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's the only one in favor of it on the Democratic
Lost wages trader, how crypto is taxed. Capital gains and losses are treated differently in the several countries you have viewers from. Also, some expats have escaped their country's tax system, not USA citizens, however.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're British and you're over here, you don't pay any tax to England. When I was a defense contractor in Kuwait, all of us Americans were getting taxed heavy. You're working for the U.S. Army. The British paid zero tax to their home country and kept every penny of their salary.
If you own your crypto in what I call a cold wallet, which means you can kind of take that with you anywhere you go, there's a good chance you'll be the only one that knows about it.
Yeah.
If, however, you hold it through like Coinbase or one of the other platforms, your country will know about it. So as far as trying to get away with,
there's lots of different platforms out there.
well, yeah.
Best way to hold it if you're going to have it is on Tangent.
That's cold storage.
Yeah.
I like the idea you can take it anywhere. And Wolf, I hope your 0.46 MSTY prediction, 46-cent MSTY payout is correct, but I'll be happy if it's 40.
I'll be happy.
That's a weekly.
Yes, paid weekly.
Bingo.
It used to be monthly. Now it's weekly. They hit every one of their targets. They didn't miss on any. They didn't take a loss on any of their trades. So when they do that well, and there's 3 synthetics are up. So they have 3 synthetics, one at 130, one at 140, and one at 150. Well, strategy closed at 152 last night for us. Well, this morning for us, last night for the Americans. So they already made money, $2 on their furthest out synthetic, which is 150. So they're going to cash them in and then roll them out at some point. And so therefore, I'm saying we're going to get the bigger dividend right now of 46. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's 48.
Report back to us.
46 to 48.
What it is.
We'll see what it is tonight.
Yeah. Oh, tonight it's out? Okay.
Yeah, tonight.
I'm Double B. U.S. government is going to purchase MicroStrategy. Wouldn't that be something? That's the Bitcoin strategic reserve.
If they did that, I would be a happy chappy.
$1,000 a share.
No.
That's what I'd want.
Nope.
More?
Triple.
Oh, triple.
I'd
be happy with 1,000.
A very, very good interview with what's the guy's name that we like with the glasses? Tommy Lee. And he was asked, how would the U.S. government go about acquiring 1 million Bitcoin for the strategic Bitcoin reserve? And he said they couldn't do it. There's no way you can go out and buy 1 million Bitcoin. There's not that much available for sale.
Yep. Without driving the
price over $1 million a coin. Yeah. At which time it becomes too expensive for the U.S. government. So he said the only way you could feasibly do it would be to buy out strategy, MicroStrategy, but then you'd have to offer the shareholders $3,000 a share, which would be fair market values, because if the U.S. government wanted to buy 1 million Bitcoin on the exchanges and the OTC, that would take the price of Bitcoin up to $1 million, roughly $750 to $1 million, he said. He said they don't want to do that. They want to buy it cheap. And the only way they could do it would be buy strategy and offer the shareholders $3,000 a share. And when I saw the interview, I said to Brooke, Brooke, with all the strategy shares you and I have, would you say no to $3,000 a share if the U.S. government wanted to buy out strategy? And you were like, hell no. I'll sell it now. Take it.
Yeah, please. I don't think that'll happen. I think the U.S. government has their own Bitcoin, but they've grabbed, what, 200,000 or 300,000. So they'll have those. And, are they going to spend money? Time will tell. But they might keep grabbing more. Maybe they grab some in Venezuela. Who knows? Maybe they're going to
strategy could do it. Saylor could do it. And he could say, this is my final thank you to our shareholders.
Well, wouldn't that be something?
Now, he's got a whack of Bitcoin, and he says that he's never going to give away his seed phrases to his Bitcoin. He's going to take that to the grave with him. He was never married, never had any children.
Bingo.
So when he dies, the line stops with him, the bloodline. And that's his thank you to Satoshi, is what he said in many interviews. So he's going to take that Bitcoin with him to the grave, and they'll never be available to buy. They'll be off the market.
Yep. Vegas Chris, 80K by the end of the month, and then, back below 60. Oh, he's talking about a run up and then a fall back. Early summer. Not sure what black swan, but they always come.
That's a good prediction. Vegas, Chris. However, if Bitcoin hits 82, the bull market's still on. The bull run's still on. If it fails to capture 82 and hold, then we're back in bear market territory. And then it all depends on what's going to happen in the Senate today with the Save America Act. You know, are they going to filibuster it to all hell and it doesn't get passed? And Trump kicks his heels in and says, I'm not going to pass any more bills until you get this back on the table and pass it. Who knows? I don't know. But we really need clarity to get through.
Yes, we do.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And the Dems are crafty. I like the Dems because they'll play Trump at his own words. And they'll force the Save America Act to stalemate so it doesn't go anywhere. And then try and push through clarity to see if Trump signs it into law. Yeah. To say, I thought you weren't going to sign anything into law until the Save America Act happens. See, you are full of shit. I think they'll play that trick. It wouldn't surprise me.
Taco. Trump always chickens up. Mark Romano, hi to the smart ones.
And the smart one, that'll be you.
Stuart Lovell, Brooke, why so negative on XRP? Let us know why if you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people I trust and follow, James Invest Answers one of them, they're not big on XRP. Consequently, I'm not, because they figure it will not have an end use value. Now they're saying, well, look, it's going to replace Stripe on the banking system. It's how the banks will communicate.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they can do that with Solana. So, you know, it's a faster, cheaper, better way. When you look at the statistics, the amount of people using Solana in relation to XRP, tremendously Solana's favor. You know, the cost of transferring, Solana wins. So cost per transaction, let's say. When you look at the big guys like Visa, MasterCard, you know, they're all gravitating to Solana. So that's why. Now, I will be upfront and honest. I have not researched XRP as much as maybe some of the other guys that believe in it have. But I haven't done that because the initial guys I trust, as I said, indicate, hey, that's not. So yeah, I would rather, and I have researched Solana. You know, if they figure that's the winner, well, then I'll spend my time researching that. You know, why spend 1,000 hours looking at an XRP if the chances are good that it won't be adopted? So that's it. But XRP does have an army that they swear by it. They think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and you better buy it when it's cheap like this, and they're gonna, you know, do well. But when you think back, what was it? I think we saw it at $1.21, was it, or something, and now it's $1.51. So, you know, you made a pretty good return if you did get in on the low. You know, at 20% in what, 2 or 3 weeks. So, can't argue with that. But Solana's done well too.
Yeah,
and that's why, Stuart. So I'm not saying it's not part of a portfolio, because some of these ones, and you know, we're not going to get 100% right all the time. Some of them can take off and do a 20x, a 50x, a 100x on your money.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be putting all my eggs in one basket, is my point. So, you know, maybe a 1% portfolio holding, sure, but just not my cup of tea. That's it.
Okay.
Now, you own XRP, don't you?
I own Solana.
Okay.
I own MicroStrategy. I own Bitcoin, and I own
not
MSTY.
XRP.
I don't own XRP yet. I
Some
am watching it. I am watching a lot of
the
news
guys
on
we
XRP.
hang with do own it, though. You know what I mean? Segments. Some own a lot of it. So, you know. Just...
And there's talks with the European banks right now to use XRP as a way of moving money in the future. They're preliminary talks. You know, they got no basis right now, but it's better than no talks.
Yeah, sure.
So if they're looking at it, and it was brought up, and everybody knows this is common knowledge, that, you know, XRP saying, yes, we're going to take over the SWIFT network.
Okay.
And that's where it came from, Europe.
And if that were to happen down the road, then you would see you know,
yeah, 100x.
yeah, you'd see a pretty good return
Oh yeah.
for XRP. Bob Johnson, good evening, gentlemen. Is it possible for Saylor and IBIT and other large ETFs to buy enough Bitcoin to make it too rare and scare off potential buyers?
No,
No.
because there'll always be a seller, as Brooke likes to say,
Yeah.
Bob. And
Price.
but the question is, what is the next seller going to want to sell it at?
Sure.
Right now, on the exchanges, it's at the lowest it's been in the last 8 years. The amount of Bitcoin available on the exchanges.
Available for sale. Yeah.
And it's never been this low for the last 8 years.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been hearing that for like 2 years. Like, so shit.
Well, that was just on James Invest Answer.
Well, I know, but
on the
I've heard
panel.
that, you know,
They actually showed the amount that was on the
all right,
exchanges.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
God damn it, when's it going to run out? Because that'll put the price up.
Well, the two biggest buyers right now are MicroStrategy and IBIT.
Yeah.
If you look at the daily ETF volume that's traded, it's MicroStrategy and IBIT. But MicroStrategy is outpacing IBIT now. And that's why I'm predicting by the end of the month, they will surpass the amount of Bitcoin that IBIT has. And they'll be the number one, bigger than the largest ETF on the planet, IBIT. That's going to be a major head fuck moment, I call it. You know, because people are going to be like, maybe I should be looking to get out of IBIT and getting into strategy.
IBIT's for a different buyer. I mean, I don't, yeah, it's a bunch of individual, and thank God for IBIT, because it allows the little guy to buy, you know, and be protected. You know, it's regulated, and you can do options on it. It's liquid. And the good news in Canada, our banks now will let you buy that commission free, the ETFs. So that's a bonus. So yeah, you can, if you were trading it, let's say, that's a big plus. But no, yeah, it's IBIT.
Yeah, 20 years in the future, you won't be able to buy a single Bitcoin. You'll be buying Satoshis.
Well, you'll probably be buying shares.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're going to cold wallet it, which you're right. You'll be buying sats, it's called.
Yeah.
I think there's 100 million sats in one Bitcoin. So
correct.
You know, you'll be buying 1,000 sats, or, you know, whatever. It's
exactly. So you'll be buying pieces of the pie.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mike Doty and Little Mike, Coop, did I hear you say you trust CNN
on this issue?
I heard that.
Okay. No. I did say on that particular issue.
Oh.
In regards to what the American public want, 85% was their poll, want voter ID.
I think he's trying to.
And with that, I do agree with that, because they are pro-democratic.
True.
On that one issue, I agree with them. Now, I can point faults in CNN all day long, and I can point the same amount of faults in Fox all day long.
Bingo.
They all have their own narrative. But on this one, I would agree with CNN and believe them, because they always try and spin things. And they don't want to spin anything against the Democrats or a Democratic news station. So for them to come out and say it, it must be true on that one issue. Marco Rama.
Joke. He's joking now.
Marco Romano.
Alfa Romeo flights from Venice via Turkey to Bangkok, still the same price. So he's...
Yeah, because you're rolling out towards the end of the year, Romeo. You're coming in July. All right. If you're looking to come out to Thailand for next month, Songkran, which is the biggest month of the year in Thailand, it's Thailand's New Year, the water festival, party goers from all over the planet flock to Pattaya and Phuket and Bangkok for that time of year. The price has gone up 300% across the board, is what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah. For next month only.
I think, well, I think tourism is going to be down too. Cool.
I'm expecting the next industry.
I'm talking.
Yeah, I'm expecting the next industry to get hit, other than the car industry and the aviation, cruise lines.
Yeah, well,
because what do they run on?
Diesel.
Fuel. And if if Brent crude and crude oil has gone up 30%, they're going to have to increase the cruise prices by 30%.
You'll still get some demand, but less, let's say.
I think it'll stop a lot of people cruising.
Yeah. 808 Bear, when buy Lambo very soon? Oh.
When can he buy his Lambo?
2030.
To be honest with you, I'd rather have an EV. They're faster.
Well,
to the 100 kilometers from 0 to 100, EVs will do it in under 3 seconds.
My next car will be a Tesla.
Will be a Tesla.
Yeah. Won't have a steering wheel and won't have any pedals.
Says the man who said he'll never buy a car in Thailand.
Until this comes out. And guess who's paying for it?
MicroStrategy.
Tesla. Terry Fallon, Alfa Romeo still shoveling snow up in Stony Creek. Mike Doty, Brooke, you may not be a young man, but we are all handsome men. He is correct. No, I think young.
Yeah.
Terry Fallon, Alfa Romeo, I had to snow blow today. Yikes. My God, down in Stony Creek, Southern Ontario, snow blowing middle of March.
Yeah.
That's got to be a rarity because you can have 20-degree days plus, and you're going to have obviously -20s.
Okay, just an update for tomorrow's bike ride for those that want to attend. Brownie's just posted on our Thai Riders group on Facebook. I found a route for tomorrow's ride. We'll be heading northeast with a nice coffee stop and another great restaurant on a small patch of water for lunch. Hope to see you all there. Leaving PTT gas station on 2nd Road in Jomtien tomorrow, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Bingo.
Okay. So I'll be there.
Yeah.
He's a good tour guide.
Yeah, he would
be. Bit slow, but he's a good tour guide.
It's all right. Johnny Poulos, there he is from Sydney, Australia. Good morning, CBD, and everyone watching. Hope everyone is well. Buy some Bitcoin. The rocket is being refueled and ready to fly. Johnny knows.
I'm looking for that 82 breakout. If the bears are thinking that Bitcoin's going to go to 80 and then crash back down to 60, that's feasible. Could happen. The bulls are looking for that 82,000, that breakout point, because there's a big sell wall at 80. They already hit 75. They liquidated a lot of people at 75. So the next big one is 80, and it's like 80,400. If it breaks through that sell wall and then goes to 82, I think it's got a lot more potential to run after that.
Johnny,
if it fails, we're back down.
Poor Johnny's in Australia. He loves Thailand. I think he'd rather be here, but I think his government now he's got to be back 6 months of the year.
Poor guy.
Oh, poor guy. Because he is a handsome man here. He's got the T-shirts to show it. 808 Bear, I just sold my property, but I'm nervous about pulling the pin on work. I have worked for the majority of my life, and I'm feeling hesitant. I have no dependents. It is, it's like you're ingrained in you to work.
It is hard to give it up.
Yeah.
At the end, you know, I was forced into it. You weren't. You retired early. But yeah, those that are, you know, been in their company, it's like a family to them, you know, and leaving that and saying, okay, you know, time for me to move on is a big step. I agree.
808 Bear, I would say, like, look at it logically. Why are you concerned? Is it money? Is it what would I do with my time? You know, there's a reason you feel that way. Analyze that, try and figure out what it is. And you need a lot less money here if it's a financial consideration. If it's what would I do with my time? Hey, there's so many things to do in retirement here. You know, as Coop's trying to convince me every day to do something. And, you know, well, most of it's not my cup of tea, but yeah.
Well, a year ago, you used to come bowling with us. And then you stopped. You were doing pretty good. You were winning a lot of the games.
When you start talking about, I got to get my custom bowling ball and I've got to have this.
It makes a huge difference.
Well, yeah. So it's a little more serious than I want to do it. But yeah, I like swimming. Okay, let's go swimming. Let's do, you know, some coffees. We'll go for, you know, maybe bike rides, things like that.
Watch out for the Chinese. It's sperm whale season.
Isn't he hilarious? Stinking rocket. There he is. Even the Bitcoin can be cut down to even smaller pieces, Satoshis, correct? Once a few entities, MicroStrategy or other proxies, have all the Bitcoin, to me at that point, it would become worthless. You get it?
No, I don't.
Yeah, no.
Because then I think that you're in price discovery when that happens. And it will happen eventually. You know, the markets will run dry. And then you get bids on Bitcoin. You know, I'll buy it 300, I'll buy it 350, I'll buy it 400,000, whatever, you know, or maybe it's up in the millions. Who knows? But Strategy did say when they accumulate 1 million Bitcoin, Bitcoin will be $1 million.
Yeah.
And they're pushing hard to get to that 1 million, that 770,000, Brooke. How many billions have they spent so far this year? Like $6 billion on Bitcoin so far, and we're only in March. You know, so he's bought like 50,000 Bitcoin so far this year.
Yeah.
You know, another 3/4 of that. Well, I mean, that'll put him at 900,000.
The adoption throughout the world is growing. It's still growing. The history of Bitcoin, there's a reason things like Bitcoin are doing what they're doing. And that is, there's people analyze and research that and realize it's a finite asset. There's nothing else on the planet that's finite. You want more gold? Dig deeper. You know what I mean? Real estate. Yeah, but hang on. They can build barrier islands. They can build, you know, extensions into the water. But nah, Bitcoin, hey, it's finite. 21 million. There'll never be any more. And yeah, so
well,
store of value.
If you want my prediction,
okay,
where I can see Bitcoin going, not in my lifetime, after I'm dead and gone, I can see Bitcoin only available for billionaires and governments.
No, never.
I can. And because they know all of us will sell at some price. We've all got a price in our head at what we'll be willing to sell our Bitcoin for. And some people, they'll say $1 million. I want to be a millionaire.
Who's buying?
Yeah.
You have a price to sell. Well, guess what? The guy's buying. It'll be, might be governments, might be ETFs, might be the small guy at the corner gas station. I want to get some Satoshis because I think it's going to double from here.
Yeah.
You know? So now there'll always be buyers and sellers. So
at some point in the future, you'll be able to buy an island for 1 Bitcoin.
Well, hang on now. Let's not get carried away. You will not be able to buy an island for, unless it's a square foot island sticking out of the water somewhere, for 1 Bitcoin.
That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, no. And I'll tell you why. Because Bitcoin is your store of value. Well, so everything else is appreciating in fiat dollars, let's say. So that island will be $100 billion. Well, your Bitcoin's worth $1 million. So there you go.
Well, did you watch the interview with Fidelity last year, where they said in 50 years they believe Bitcoin can hit $1 billion a coin?
It might very well do it.
So you can't buy an island for $1 billion
at that time? No, not a chance.
In 50 years?
Correct.
Okay.
Not a chance. If Bitcoin goes to $1 billion, listen, everything else will be fantastically priced through the roof. It's just, you want to make sure, but the worst thing is to hold the paper money because it becomes worthless.
Yeah.
They'll just keep printing and printing and printing, to pay their bills with nothing backing it.
But yeah, well, probably in 50 years, everybody would be, minimum wage would be $1,000 an hour. So yeah. In the US.
Okay. From Mayo, Terry, snow is gone, but the -22 chill factor on St. Paddy's Day sucks. Yeah.
That's cold.
Romeo loves the land of smiles. The sooner he gets here, the better. He'll be a happy camper.
I was right.
Robert Pierpont, the Indy 500 is way, way bigger than they did the Daytona 500.
Thank you.
Well, listen, it's... That's
come
not
on, spit it out, McFly.
Will you let me continue? I definitely will.
Okay.
The Indy 500
yeah,
is not part of NASCAR. I'm talking the sport, NASCAR. Okay. So it's like, American football. Let's call it NASCAR. The Indy 500 is not a NASCAR event.
Really?
The biggest NASCAR event of the year is the opening race of the whole season, called the Daytona 500. So this point about Indy, well, yeah, okay, maybe it's watch more, or there's whatever, more cars, but there's Indy cars in that event versus NASCAR, which is you know what I mean?
I do.
Jelly bean. British.
That's a good one.
Good morning, CBD and chat from Pattaya. Good. Last week's Revolut were finally granted a UK banking license. Good. After a 5-year battle. Wow. You can buy foreign currencies and crypto in the app. Game changer.
It is for the British.
Good for them.
That's fantastic news, because they were only able to get the ETP. And the British government would only let the filthy rich buy the ETP in crypto, in Bitcoin in particular. So, and what's the biggest slap in the face is the British government is the 3rd largest country holder of Bitcoin, behind America and China.
Okay.
And so the government can have it, but hey, you, the people, you can't have it. That's for us only, the rich and powerful.
Oh, no.
That's why I think, watch this space, 50 years time. Tell your kids, tell your grandkids, folks.
Canada Goose on the loose. 808 Bear, feeling not warranted. No dependence. I would have stopped working in my 30s. We do have retirees here in their 30s.
Yeah, your nephew.
No, he's early 41.
Oh, 41.
Yeah.
So he's just over.
Yeah. Mark Romano, Alpha, I have a home I will be returning to soon. I'm in Hawaii now. I was born in Canada, and I feel for you. I've enjoyed your many comments. Well, good. Yeah, Alpha's a good guy. Mark Romano, I have a home in Wahin.
You shouldn't have said that, Mark, because Terry Fallon is now going to say, trade with me for my cabin, please, in Ontario, Canada.
We'll be over to visit you, Mark, in Wahin when you're back. And he's also got a home in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can do a swap there.
Too expensive in Hawaii. I don't want to go grocery shopping.
I've been there once. It's Paul Apps. Hi guys. When will we be able to trade poly market in the USA legally? Will Clarity Act affect that? I don't know.
Well, they're trying
poly markets
to stop the prediction markets.
Yeah, gambling kind of in a way.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it is gambling, a form of gambling. So people bet that something's going to happen against those that bet that it's not.
Yeah. It's like the guy that made a sizable bet that the Venezuelan president would be arrested in the next 48 hours. Some guy was able to make that prediction.
Yeah.
Made a ton of money betting that, because what are the odds of that happening? Like 100 to 1? Yeah. Inside information.
But will the Clarity Act affect that? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think so.
I'll do some research on that, Paul, and find out for you.
Terry Fallon, Alfa Romeo, what the hell is going on with this winter? Never ending. Let's just go to Thailand and forget about it. Yeah, you will when you get here.
Yep, smart man.
Mike Doty and Little Mike, Brooker Coop, how do you guys feel about Beto? It's linked to Bitcoin. I've heard of that.
I have, but I haven't done any research on it.
I looked at it, but I can't even remember what the hell. So when these are mentioned, I usually take a look at them, and then that's not for me, and I forget about it. So.
Yeah. Okay.
No comment on that, Mikey. 808 Bear, Canada Goose on the loose. It really is mind over matter. Retirement is a different consideration.
Yeah. You got to have the will to do it.
Yeah, do your planning. Like proper planning makes a huge difference. So you should know, if you're quitting your job, what am I going to do in retirement?
Yeah.
Like that, to me, wasn't so much the money factor. It was more, what am I going to do with my time?
Exactly.
And so you want to have some hobbies. For me, it's like, hey, go to the gym. That's good for you. Do a good, hard an hour and a half workout. You got something to look forward to. In your case, you do a lot more than I do. Let's say you're, badminton,
well, I'm younger than
bowling.
Yeah.
You got your dues to pay. But
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's
That's why we created this YouTube channel community, so people have something to do in the retirement.
Have your routines, because you don't want to.
yeah.
You don't want to be sitting at home, and your routine better not be having extra beers, because that can lead to issues.
Or too many naps.
Naps are good for you. Hey, listen, I get my 8 hours sleep. It's just it's broken up. I get a couple hours in the afternoon and probably 6 at night, 5.5 at night. But because the way the markets are here, guys, like now they open at 8:30 at night here,
which is good,
and close at 3 in the morning. And
which
I'm
is
usually
also
watching
good.
Both, believe it or not.
Open
in the
and close.
meantime, I'll be sleeping somewhat, but. Robert Pierpont, Paul Apps, you can do the Robinhood version of Polymarket. It's the same thing,
in the U.S.,
I think, Canada Goose on Loose. I've decided to stop working after the nonsense of COVID. I'm far from retirement age, but it had to be done. Well, good on you. So,
if you got the savings, why not? You sold your house, you got equity now, if that can hold you over until you get your pension, do it. Make the move.
You can,
because you're only going to be spending it faster in the U.S. than you are here in Thailand.
You could look at picking up a new career to make money, let's say, and that could be learn the options market, learn investing, cover the basics. Honestly, Coop, I think a guy that did his research, he could, if you got $250,000, you could live comfortably here just on what you make on your option premiums without touching your principal. Probably grow it a bit. So there's ways to do it. Takes time and effort, like anything. Stuart Lovell, Canada Goose, same here.
No, got a few people in that boat.
808 Bear, Stuart Lovell goes on to say, it sounds like you're in the perfect time to retire and live your life. Yeah, well, live it here in Thailand. You won't regret it. No. Mike Doty and Little Mike, Coop, you think MSTY is still a good move? Question mark. Doesn't seem like a good investment at this point. The dividend's way too low to get in at $25. Well, that's weekly.
Really? You're paid weekly. And let's say the average is 40 cents a week. Well, that's $1.60 a month on a $25 share. That's a pretty good return if you analyze that.
$20 a year on a $25 share, it does seem pretty good. So
you're making all your money back in 1 year. Is the way to look at it. Oh, well, 80% of your money back in 1 year. That's a good return to me. I don't know anybody else paying 80%. But at the end of the day, you guys got to do your own research. I'm sticking in it. I think that it could run to $50 by year end. If Bitcoin and MicroStrategy run, Clarity gets passed, it'll double. Bitcoin will probably triple. MicroStrategy will quadruple, and MSTY will double.
Stick with the winners.
And you're still getting paid weekly.
Terry Fallon, Canada Goose on Loose. My wife is less than 1 year from retirement in Bancroft. Maybe Thailand we come. I'll come over for a visit. You'll see. Patrick McCoy, bicker, dicker. From Mayo at Mark Romano. I've been to Hawaii. Tried to surf at the North Shore. Love the coffee in Kona. Oh, the coffee's good. Beautiful place to live. Aloha.
My favorite coffee comes out of Hawaii. It's called Lion.
Oh, mine's Kona. Kona coffee.
Yeah, Lion coffee. And it is fantastic. But for me to order it online and get it shipped to Thailand costs an arm and a leg.
Ditto.
So any of subscribers out in Hawaii coming over to Thailand, please bring me a bag of Lion coffee. It is my world favorite. Best in the world. And I'll be more than happy to pay you for
it. FPL Tavern. Morning, guys. Missed the start of this one.
No worries. Good news. You can always hit the rewind button and start from the beginning.
Only after you hit the like button.
Yes.
Make Darlena smile. 808 Bear says, Stuart Lovell, it is mind over matter.
I know.
He knows it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mark Schaefer. Hi, Cooper and Brooke. Brooke, when Cooper gets you covered like that, do like Bill Clinton did. Say it depends on what the meaning of it is. What's the meaning of is?
I got you good.
Stuart Lovell, 808 Bear. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Talking about that retirement, I think.
You see, the thing is, Mark, with Brooke, the older he gets, the slower his brain works. And I like it because every now and then I can win.
You, sir, are incorrect.
Especially if he doesn't have his daily nap. Then I definitely win.
FPL Tavern. I'm sat in a hotel in Balikpapan, Indonesia, listening along.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Indonesia, wowzer.
Yeah.
Kenny's
Just down the road.
ladies' friends from Indonesia.
She is from Bali.
Snowbird, hello from Alaska. Pretty sure I'm have most loose ends fixed by August. Then off to the land of smiles, pretty much forever.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, you won't regret that.
I don't plan on leaving Thailand. Someone had an argument with me in the comment section saying, see, Coop, I told you it's too expensive to Thailand and you'd end up having to leave. And I said, dude, the only thing that's gone up in Thailand is the airfare. It's still cheap as chips here. Yeah, well, I'll make you a bet. In 5 years' time, you're going to be leaving with the tail between your legs back to the U.S. or another Asian country. I said, you're on.
Back to the USSR. Yeah, no. No, I'm like you. I think, hey, we've lucked into the right place.
Yeah.
At the right time in our lives. Because, better late than never getting to Thailand.
Exactly.
If I had known about this 20 years ago, Coop, I wouldn't have been wintering in Florida.
You wouldn't talk to me back then.
Well, Snowbird, I didn't even know you back then. Snowbirds,
See,
whether they're in the northern
point.
States or in Canada, come to Thailand for your winter vacation, guys, because it's a quarter of what I was spending in Florida.
Yeah,
for a similar lifestyle.
Because the first time I came to Thailand, Brooke, was 1999, so
Bingo.
27 years ago. If you would have known me, you would have been coming here too.
Yep. Robert Pierpont, Mr. Tommy Lee got into 8Co sticker orbs, so I grabbed 1,000 shares on Friday for $887, 88 cents a share. Got out on Monday for $11.70. Nice. 25% return holding over the weekend. Wish I had bought 25,000 shares. Yeah, you would have cleaned up. Well,
whenever anything goes up, you always wish,
yeah.
damn, why didn't I buy more?
Sure, but
in hindsight,
more trading. Yeah, Robert's a trader. W Secrets goes on to say, gents, these two, STRC and STRK, which one are you referencing here with the deferred tax or no capital gains tax?
STRC, stretch.
Okay.
Okay.
Kinda like a money
STRK
market.
we call strike. STRC we call stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch is the one that pays 11.5% annually, and it's paid out monthly.
Monthly, currently, yeah.
Yeah,
It
currently
does,
paid
it
out
can
monthly,
adjust
and
that.
it is deferred tax.
And it's liquid. So if you need to get in or out, it's like a money market, I call it. And the interesting thing, James at the best answers kind of twigged me on that. He's got half his cash sitting in that.
Yeah.
He doesn't recommend 100% of your cash, but he does half in there. And, the rest of the cash, he's probably making Zippo on. But yeah, it's good return, he says.
It's a fantastic return.
Yep.
And the great thing is, strategy aim is to hit the percentage right for the dividend return to keep it at $100.
Par value, yeah.
So it'll never go below 100 and never go above 100. It'll stay at that, and he can just ATM the hell out of it and keep buying Bitcoin. That's his strategy. So right now he's at 11.5. The share price closed last night at $99.60. So it's still below that 100. I believe it was. I'll have to fact check myself, but I believe it was around about there, 98, 99, but below the 100.
Normal.
And so I can see he's probably going to be creeping up towards that 12% within the next couple of months.
Well, we'll see.
I think 12% is a sweet spot, and he's doing that slowly.
That's a crazy price. You can get that kind of money.
I think that's what he's going to be looking at, 12%, which is going to be fantastic.
Stinking rocket. It wasn't a bribe. Obama sent his Muslim buddies free money. He should have gone to prison for that alone. Ooh, we're getting into the weeds here.
Because during his presidency, they did go after Iran big time, and the $6 billion was to help rebuild the economy, with the promise that they would not pursue nuclear development.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, they took the $6 billion. And they pursued nuclear development, got their uranium enriched to above 60%. 80% is weapons grade material. So they were only 20% away from perfecting it and being able to make their first nuclear bomb. So basically, they lied to Obama, lied to the American president, lied to the American people.
Iran lied. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
You know, so it was a payoff.
Happening.
You know, okay, we'll help rebuild your economy. Here's $6 billion, but you cannot enrich uranium. And they agreed to it, and then they reneged on it. Remember, they had all the inspectors out there supposed to be inspecting their uranium, and they couldn't go above 6% and use it only for medical purposes. Well, that's how that all came about. That was the agreement and why the $6 billion was in play.
Well, thank you for the history lesson.
I'm very good.
Next,
I remember
please.
my history.
Terry Fallon, our big hope is when we get to Thailand is forget about the Western BS. Just let it go.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you got to do. And the moment you land at Swanepoel Airport, all that stress is going to come off your shoulders. Because people over here just don't give a shit. Our main topic over here is where's a good place to eat?
Yeah.
Been in any good restaurants lately? Yeah. And the food is fantastic out here.
Wolf, I know STRC is return of capital. I am not sure about strike.
Yeah.
STRK.
I don't know about strike, but I know STRC is.
Oh, I stand corrected. Mai says, hi from Australia. SAVE Act still needs to pass the Senate.
I'm not sure to get passed.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you could hope for it, but I'm not so sure to get passed. It all depends on the filibuster. And we'll know tomorrow how that all plays out because it'll happen while we're asleep in Thailand.
Mike Doty, I forgot Misty is weekly now, so the dividend makes more sense. Okay.
It does. Yeah.
What a sale. Hit that like button, guys. Make Darlena smile.
Yes, please.
Darlena's at the gym now. Terry Fallon, Mike, it won't because it's a voter suppression bill. Terry Fallon, guys, let's just ride.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mai says Misty dividend needs to be $1.25 to get back where it was in 2025.
And I believe that can happen. Like I said, there's a very strong probability if everything plays out that Misty will double because Bitcoin's going to triple, MicroStrategy quadruple, Misty will at least double minimum. If it goes to $50 a share, you could double the dividends that are being paid out right now. Say it's 46 this week, double that. Well, you're close to $1 a week, which would give you $4 a month on a $50 share.
Bingo. Stinking Rocket. Check out Sinceri Jomtien condos.
Have done. I filmed it.
That's where I'd like to end up. Okay, only for sale. All right, but I'd like to know the rent price. Check it out. Looks beautiful. Yeah,
I did. I filmed it for the
channel.
Start
renting if you're here, guys. Yeah. Don't buy initially because.
Yeah, I did film it for the channel. Go back and it's on our videos. If you want to find it, the easiest way to find it is type in Sinceri Jomtien Condo Coopersthaiadventure and in Google, and it'll pop straight up. You click on it and watch it. That way you don't have to go through the hundreds of videos searching for it on our channel.
One of the subscribers, Coop, might be Sprouse. Was I telling you that story about Cetus?
Yeah.
Like the electric bill was through the roof there?
I can't believe that. No. That's more than I'm paying for my damn pool villa here.
I think the message from that, guys, is, and now it's an older building than Cetus, and they had I think something to do with central air, or so maybe it was juristic sending the bill, just figuring out. But Bubba also, it turns out, was paying the same amount. So when you're looking at renting in these buildings, guys, first off, make sure it is government rate.
And if it's not, tell them you want it.
Yes.
And they have to put it in within 30 days per Thai law.
And, maybe get some old bills, see what they were for your unit, because you don't want to. I mean, my nephew pays less than that for his rent on a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hello, $9,000. That's crazy.
That is.
Like, I know at Dus at Grand Park 2, where I am, and we love it there, it's never been like ours are a quarter of that.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference. Now, our building, I think, is newer. So
mine's 30% less than that. And
you're in a villa.
I'm in a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom pool villa.
Yeah. bigger than the 2 and 2 that he was in,
Exactly.
smaller. So there is something to be said. Yeah, you want to check that.
Next up, W Secret to Success says,
Misty, risk is another reverse split with the yield max dividend ETFs. Wouldn't that be terrible?
that would, but I don't see that happening while Bitcoin and MicroStrategy is going up.
Yeah, listen, you need Misty strategy, which we're into. Bitcoin, you need Bitcoin to run.
Yeah.
Bitcoin runs, it's going to pull everything with it.
Well, we've been online for an hour and a half, Dad. How are we doing on Bitcoin price?
We are at 74.2.
74.2. So doing
Hanging in
very
pretty
well.
good. Yeah.
We're above the market close.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Mike Doty, Cuba is about to be the 51st state. No, Canada.
I heard that.
I thought it would have been Canada before that. Yes.
Yeah, laughing out loud, joking. Yeah. I can do whatever I want.
Ron Reichert, Coop, U.S. taxes on overseas income has a tax exclusion of 130,000. Well, nice to know.
That is nice to know. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Get a good accountant. What a sale. Wonder if Cuba has any Bitcoin.
Not sure, but I know Iran
There probably
does.
is some somewhere on the island. Mike Doty, yes, that foreign income exclusion is a very beautiful thing. Okay. Terry Fallon, Mike Doty, Trump is a lunatic. They're into 51st states. I don't think he's a lunatic. Ronald Reichert, so your U.S. tax should have been less than 15% while working in the Middle East area. I think it was tax-free over there for you, wasn't it?
No, I was paying tax.
Okay.
But my salary was well over 100,000. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much. I was in management out there, so I was on the big bucks. A lot more than what Kenny was on.
Yeah, you were a contractor. Okay.
Yeah, so and I was in upper management as well. So yeah, we did get hit hard, and I'll tell you, it was over 130,000 a year. I'm not going to give you the exact figure; that's my own personal stuff. But yes, I was over the 130,000 threshold and getting hit hard in tax.
I know some guys, our good buddy of ours, living here in Thailand, that were in the oil rig business offshore. They paid no tax.
Yeah.
I think they were considered self-employed.
Yeah.
And the the companies hiring them, hey, they paid all the bills. So whatever tax they owed, I guess, got remitted.
But here's the thing, the kicker, and the way that Uncle Sam gets us defense contractors is American military bases overseas are considered American soil, just like U.S. embassies. So it's as though you're working in America and you're taxed accordingly.
Sure. They'll want their money.
It don't matter if you're in Kuwait, London, or Kathmandu. If it's a base and you're working on there and your salary is paid by the U.S. government, then you're working on American soil and you're taxed accordingly.
Okay.
That's how they get you.
All right, an hour and a half here.
Yeah.
FPL, my first XRP purchase was less than
less than a penny.
Had it.
Wow. I wish I would have bought Bitcoin at a penny.
Ooh,
when Bitcoin first came out, like you, I thought it was a Ponzi scheme. Every news network was saying, don't touch this. Every financial expert, don't touch this. It's going to zero and all this. And I asked a couple buddies about it, including my brother who works on the New York Stock Exchange. And he's like, stay away from it, stay away from it, stay away from it. And then it went from 1 penny to 10 cents and then over $1. And I'm like, but man, if I would have bought this, it's going to $1. Yeah, it's going back to zero. Don't touch it. You'll lose all your money, is all he kept saying. And then it was ironically 2 years ago, my brother came out and said, Coop, I just bought my first Bitcoin.
Bingo. Robert Pierpont, lots of coins and stocks have armies. Fartcoin has an army of believers. Correct. SoFi has an army. So many stocks have armies of loud holders.
Yeah.
It's got a good point there. That's true. Absolutely.
And if you're watching on the replay, folks, and you see in the comments people saying, buy this, it's the next big thing, and Trump is backing it, Elon's backing it,
probably
Saylor's backing it. It is fake.
Yeah.
Do not believe it. We get inundated with those comments, and as soon as you delete them, they firebomb your your comment section and you get like 2,000 comments.
Yeah.
And then you delete them, you'll get 10,000. And you can't keep up with it.
No.
A lot of people on YouTube channels that watch them say, hey, what's up with all the bots in the comments? They don't delete them because they get firebombed and it gets 10 times worse.
Oh, wowzer.
So you're best to leave the 10, 20 comments that you get on it. Don't believe it. Please do not buy into it because it is fake and you will lose all of your money.
Better do your research.
Yeah. I'll put that disclaimer out there.
Mike Doty, I bought XRP when it was 25 cents and I had about 20,000, but years ago I sold it before it made money. HODL is all I can say. I shouldn't have let it go. Hindsight's 2020.
It definitely is. Yeah.
Stuart Lovell, I would suggest you all research HBAR. Heard of it? They have massive partnerships and it's just 9 cents. You're welcome.
HBAR is one that I hear a lot about. I just don't know anything about it and I've never done any research on it. But I think it's linked to Ethereum.
Okay.
Yeah. And he says quantum protection. Okay.
Wave Runner.
Low. Hey, low. Wave Runner.
Tommy Long. Tommy the Tominator. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, Darlene, and Tubers.
Good morning, Tommy.
From New York City, Ronald Suluki. Good morning from Japan. I'll listen to the podcast later to catch up after work. Keep up the good work, gentlemen.
Thank you, Ronald.
Smoking his cigar.
Yeah.
Robert Pierpont, diesel will go up, but jet fuel is much more affected by super high oil prices. I think he's right. It's also affected, but jet fuel has jumped up way more than gas and diesel. Yeah.
And I'm expecting the cruise lines to follow suit.
Sure they would.
Now, here's the thing. There's a bit of hidden text in cruise lines, and all of them have it. That they can bill you after your cruise is finished if fuel prices go up. None have done it.
Good luck with that.
They've never done it, but it is there in the fine print.
Terry Fallon, Brooke, I'm with you. As we get older, a little bit of this, a little bit of that is just enough. No pressure. Correct. Be a little bitty.
I'm a young man.
Robert Pierpont, did you know men who retire at age 62 have roughly 20% higher likelihood of death soon after compared to the general population? Also, some just go nuts without that work routine.
I would agree with that. Yeah. That sounds feasible, plausible, because
that's why you shouldn't wait to 62. You should do it at 55, now maybe 50.
Well, the reason because of it is you get out of a routine, you get into boredom. You become a couch potato and you just slowly wither away.
Poor planning.
Yeah. You come to Thailand, you got a community already set up here. Over 500 of our subscribers, boots on ground guys.
It's always something going on.
You know, and people are doing everything. They formed their own little groups. They got coffee meetups. They got yoga meetups. There's badminton. There's golf. There's tennis. There's, you know, you name it.
Coop's pestering me every day to do something.
And I do. I keep very active. 5 days a week, I give to subscribers. 5 days a week out of my life, I'm out with subscribers doing things.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Tell me another YouTuber doing it. You won't find one.
No. So some of them you go up to, they're mean to you, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't even want to talk to you.
No. Tommy Long, Tommy the Tominator. Good morning, Cooper, Brooke, Johnny. I think we hit that one already.
Okay.
Terry Fallon, guys. Again, great to see you both. My tour around the world friends. Yep. Take care, and we'll see you on the net on Saturday's live stream. I got to go walk the dog.
Yeah, I got a great one on Saturday.
Snuffle the show. Shuffle the snow. Robert Pierpont, yes, the Indy 500 is IndyCar, not NASCAR. Correctamundo. The Indy 500 is international, big in South America. Italy, France, Spain, Portugal. NASCAR is pretty much just North America. Nowhere else cares about it. Yeah, but it's big in the U.S.
It's huge in the U.S., but outside the U.S., it virtually gets no coverage.
The
unless you're watching on C-SPAN.
Yeah, I think the IndyCar circuit's even in Canada.
Yeah,
but yeah, Tommy the Tominator, hit the like button for Darlena.
Yes, please. Get us up to 100.
Stinking Rocket. I bought a few shares of Bitto, did more research, and decided to sell it. Okay. Everyone's different. Alpha Romeo, boys, I'm craving that barbecue chicken and pork on a stick with delicious bowl of cow-sized soup. Oh, my Buddha. He's right. He misses it.
Only got to wait till July.
Yep. Tommy the Tominator, 98 watching and only have 52 likes. Hit that button, guys.
Yes, please. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. I don't know why so many people have a problem hitting the button. And by the way, just a little tidbit of news on our channel is 72% of our viewers are subscribed. That means 38% are not.
28.
28%. 28% are not subscribed. So if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. It's free and it really helps us.
Stinking Rocket, current yield on MSTY is 78.8.
So there you go. Annualize it at 78% return on your money, almost 80% in 1 year.
Providing you do not have NAV erosion. Terry Fallon at Alfa Romeo. I love your food rants. Can't wait to taste that delicious food. Tommy the Tominator, MSTY's been a bad investment for me. Ditto. And my experience, never love an ETF or a stock too long. I took my lumps, got out.
Well, here's the thing. I held because I'm still getting paid to wait for the price to go back up.
Yeah.
You know, and say it takes another year for it to hit $100. It will eventually, which will be my buying in price. But I'm still getting paid several $1,000s a month waiting for that price to go back up.
Wow, done.
So I'm not complaining because the only reason MSTY would be bad for you is if you sold it.
Which I did.
Which was bad for you because you sold it less than what you paid for it. So you took a loss.
Correct.
Then you went into Ulti heavily. And you sold that less than what you paid for it. So you've taken 2 losses.
Well, MSTY kind of broke even when you looked at what I got. But
I'm not talking about what you got monthly. I'm talking about what you bought in.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
you sold out.
That was down. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Same with Ulti. So
I'm not down.
Took my lumps and got the hell out of Dodge.
Why aren't I down? Because I haven't sold.
Yeah. But what did I do with the money?
You used it to buy more Tesla.
Correctamundo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tesla went up nicely.
Yeah, it has.
So you're probably about even.
Stinging Rocket, Bitcoin goes up, MSTY price goes up, dividend goes up. Correct. It's not a trading stock. You buy it, you hold it, eventually it's free.
That's it.
Yeah, basically you got to look at that way.
And that's the way I'm looking at it. By the end of this year, I'm playing with house money.
Here's an interesting question from British Knight. Is STRC more popular than MSTR?
No, it's not.
With certain segments, it is. For example, big pension funds, although some will own strategy, they prefer the return of the strike, call it.
Yeah.
So they would be. Now, for guys like you and me, yeah, I'm not touching strike. I don't have enough cash sitting around. But strategy, I own.
Well, my thought is, if you want to sit on dry powder for the big dips, stretch is a good one to get into.
Yep.
All right, because you're going to be making money while you wait for the big dips.
And
however, if you want to build your bag that you already have and make more out of it in the long run, you're going to be making a lot more on MicroStrategy that common shares, than you are on stretch at 11.5% a year. I
think, Coop, with these big pension funds who, to be honest with you, are probably the majority of the buyers of the shares are long-term holders. They're not in and out traders. They can see that type of return when they're used to 3%, 4%, 5% bond returns, and they can see this that's double. That's why they're jumping on the bandwagon. If anything, I think this strike could be a huge winner going forward, because I think they've only tapped the market lightly, so to speak, as to what could be there for demand of it. So more money for buying more Bitcoin for Saylor.
And look at the good news. We're only just over 2 years till the next halving.
Yeah.
And that means the amount of Bitcoin that I mine daily is cut in half. So therefore, Bitcoin must double.
It's all pointing in the right direction.
And we're only 2 years out from that event.
We can't wait to get there.
Yeah, April. Next month.
Time will tell.
Will be 2 years left.
Stinking Rocket. STRC is a bond.
Yes.
Okay. Snowbird. Terry Fallon. Can't wait to meet you in Thailand. Stinking Rocket and no. Mr. Nutt with his Texas humor. If you're tired of being broke, just add a 0. Now you're broke. Oh, Robert. Yeah, God, we got to get him on as a stand-up routine at one of these.
Oh my God.
Cabarets. Alfa Romeo says that Terry, your first scorpion on a stick followed by a cold Leo is on me. The cold Leo maybe, but I don't think that scorpion on a stick is what I'd want. The grasshoppers with basil and salt are nice and tasty. He's tried everything.
There's a guy, a Thai guy, that goes on a motorcycle and cart, and he sells all these exotic things. Yeah. You can even eat a cobra over here, baby cobras. Yeah, I wouldn't want to try one though. Yeah,
I've seen that card he's talking about. Vegas Chris, when I went to Thailand at 40 years old, I said I would retire there at 60.
Same as me.
That is this summer. I've been doing my research for 20 years. Good on you. This channel and activities have turned into a huge bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Internet helps. And yeah.
And again, we wouldn't have done it all. Any of it wouldn't have been able to succeed if it hadn't been for our subscribers.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we got the heck out of Philippines.
Yeah. And people were like, hey, maybe these two are onto something here.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Correct. Terry Fallon, that Alfa Romeo, pass on that, but the veggies and chicken, oh yeah. Mark Schaefer, Brooke Coop, put us in his order for Lion Coffee. What would you like to have if somebody could bring it to you? Wow.
Just one bag. Just one bag of Lion's Coffee, the original Lion's Coffee. I know they have different flavors. I think they even have a hazelnut flavor. Yeah, okay. Hazelnut.
I didn't read that right.
The hazelnut flavor.
You have your order in. He's asking what I would. So
you'd like to sample it?
No, and I will pay for tea, but Tetley extra strong.
You can buy that here.
Well, you can't find it, number one, and number two, tea's expensive as hell here. I bought tea on sale.
Go to
Scienberg, one box in
Scienberg on the dark side. I've taken you
let's
there many
go
times.
there and we'll take a look. Okay,
they have Tetley there.
The tea that dares to be known by good taste alone. Mark Schaefer. Okay,
thanks,
we got
Mark.
that. Thanks, Marcus.
Appreciate it.
And I'll pay you for that. Vegas Chris, I'm with you, Terry. I will never try the scorpion.
Go on, live a little.
Oh, they got bugs, grubs, they got crickets, they got beetles, they got everything on that chart. Terry Fallon, Coop, you have the best people on this chat. We do.
We do. We have a great following.
All right. What a sale, Terry. Everyone in the chat is someone you would want to be friends with. You're all great.
Exactly.
Yeah. We don't suffer fools lightly here. Terry, what a sale. Totally agree. I think that's what Coop's channel is all about.
Yeah, just friendship. That's it.
Got a lot of ass kissers on here. Robert Pierpont,
shut up.
The tax.
What the F are you talking about?
More fun than us. Okay. You know I'm joking.
You're fired.
I know. Good. I'm out of here. I've been waiting to retire. Robert Pierpont, the tax exclusion is for money you earn from a business overseas. It's not for stocks or earnings from stock or crypto or Social Security for that matter.
Yeah.
If you are making your money in the U.S., it doesn't apply. No. Okay. I get. Yeah. Quite complicated. That's why you do have to have a CPA in Canada, a CA to do your taxes.
Yeah.
What a sale. Terry Fallon. Yes, others have a channel. Cooper's building a community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Others out there, they don't want to meet you. I've seen people go up to other YouTubers, say, hey, I follow you on YouTube.
Get back.
Yeah. And they're like, man, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Can't you see I'm eating? Can't you see I'm having a drink? Can't you see I'm talking to people? Send me a comment.
I think we got.
Leave me alone. I've seen it many times, and they have a huge chip on their shoulder. They think they're famous, and they're not. They only got like 10, 20,000 followers, no different than our channel at 800, whatever ours is right now. I'll have to look at the banner there. But yeah, no different than us, and they think they're famous. They think they're superstars, and they're above everybody. That's not this channel, folks.
Cooper, we got probably close to 60 people now between Dusset 2 and 1 that are subscribers. And hey, Brooke, how you doing? Oh, good to see you.
You guys meet each
don't
other.
remember
at
all the
pools,
names,
the shops, everything.
Yeah, just you see them. So it is big having the community. And speaking of that, we do have the meet and greet next Tuesday.
Yeah,
at 6 p.m. at Fraser's. So come one, come all. It's
Yeah.
always a fun time. Maybe we'll see Tyson Fury there again if he's not.
He will
back
be
in
there.
England.
He's already announced he's going to
Good.
be there. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we can get some pics taken with him. And but no, it's a great community. And shit, I always remember the guy from Australia saying, "I didn't know. I probably wouldn't have made it here if it wasn't for your channel." Because he came to the meet and greet the day after he got here, and already had friends. Line numbers exchanged, day 2, and you hear stories like that, you realize, you're doing good. Terry Fallon, Coop Brooke, I want to thank you for all you do. All your subscribers value you and appreciate these live streams. See you next time.
And take care, Terry and Mrs. Fallon.
Yes. What a sale. Thanks for the great show. You handsome men have a great rest of your day. Thanks for all you do. Correct.
And thank you. What a sale.
Yeah. Mike Doty, great show. God bless. It's bedtime. Yes.
Yeah, we're just about finishing up.
Snowbird, first thing I'm going to do when I get back to the Land of Smiles is go to the meet and greet. Yes.
Best investment you can make in Thailand.
Yeah.
Come to the meet and greet, make instant friends.
Get a massage and get all your stress out of you. Biggest Chris, as always, guys, thanks for all you do and wishing you the rest of the gang a wonderful week ahead and up and to the right.
Oh, yeah. Let's hope for it. See where we are next week.
Alpha says, thanks again, gents, for another informative one. Have a wonderful rest of the week.
Thank you, Alpha.
David Lowe, there he is, just checking in to click the like button. It has a good return on investment. Keep up the great info and community.
Yes, please.
We'll see you on the ride,
David, and everybody watching. And if you're watching on the replay, it counts too. So pound it.
We see Davey at the breakfast. We see him on the rides. Part of the community.
Nice guy.
Terry Fallon, Alpha Romeo. Hope to meet you in the Land of Smiles one day. Yep. And Truck Morton, Annie. I think Annie's still down in Bank Surrey. Hello, everyone. By the way, we're not all handsome men.
No, she's a woman.
Yes, she's very pretty, by the way.
She's a pretty woman.
Yes, Annie. Roger Walker, thanks, Funny Brooke. Robert Pierpont, hey, had a buddy get an e-bike. Boy, I had no clue. I thought they were all 20 to 28 mile per hour speed. His is an unlimited mode and goes 62 miles per hour on a bicycle. Holy cow, that's scary. That would be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be scared too at that speed on a bike.
Most things in Thailand, unregulated. Tommy Long says, Tommy, the Tominator, thanks for another great show. Have a great day, everyone. Hit that like button, Tommy says. Make Darlene smile.
All of a sudden got dark in this living room. I'm wondering whether we got rain on the way. And Brooke came over on his scooter.
I got to get going. Hurry up.
Yeah, okay. 4 comments left.
Roger Walker, have a great day. Thank you, Roger.
You too, Roger.
British Knight, thanks, guys, for another great stream. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Bob Johnson, good night, everybody. Elvis has left the building. Rick Price. Oh, there's Penny. Here's one. Here's your 1 penny for the show.
Yeah, and that was the last comment. Thank you all. Thank you all coming on and joining us. Bitcoin is currently
74.6.
74.6, still going up. But is it going to hit 75 today, Brooke? Probably. Okay. Let's see where we are next week. 74.6. Remember that magic number. We'll see where we are next week and how much more Saylor is going to buy on Monday.
And the smile.
And he posted on X that bear in mind, there is a delay between when we buy and Bitcoin goes to the moon. So I think he's buying up the supply. We'll see if he's got another $1 billion buy next week. Maybe he knows something we don't, and let's hope clarity gets underway. A lot of people predicting it's going to pass in April.
Yeah.
So thank you, thank you all for coming on. 74 likes, Chris says. Count it, people. We need 26 more.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's get us to 100. It helps our YouTube algorithm. Until Saturday, where I got another great live stream. Make sure you all come on and join us. And we will see you then. Take care. God bless and stay tuned.
Stay safe.
Woke up in the land of smiles, sun shining bright. Elephants wandering through the morning light. Temples glow with gold, the air's alive. Thailand's magic got me feeling so high. From the markets buzzing, colors so bold, to the stories in the streets, ancient and old. Every corner's got a vibe, it's calling my name. Cooper's out here, and I'm loving the game. Cooper's Thai adventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai adventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. Golden beaches, sand so soft and white. Crystal waves crashing under starlit nights. Snorkel in the cold, dance in the tide. Every moment's a wave, I just wanna ride. Pad thai sizzling, spice lights up my soul. Mango sticky rice, yeah, it makes me whole. Tom Yum's got that kick, flavor so divine. Thailand's food's a feast and it's blowing my mind. Cooper's Thai adventure, oh what a thrill. Chasing the beauty from the sea to the hills. Cooper's Thai adventure, can't get enough. Thailand's got my heart, it's still my heart. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. It's the land that I love. From Chiang Mai's mountains to Koh Samui's shore, every step's a story, I'm craving for more. Smiles all around, the people so kind. Thailand's a treasure that's one of a kind. Floating markets, lanterns in the sky. Festivals that spark like the stars up high. Jungles whisper secrets, rivers carve the land. Cooper's holding Thailand in the palm of my hand. Elephants roam in the sunset's blaze. Every day's a wonder lost in a daze. From spicy street eats to the ocean's embrace. Thailand's a paradise I'll never erase. Cooper's